Big news coming out of Elon Musk. It looks like he is putting in an offer, a bid for OpenAI, also known as ChatGPT. This news just coming to us from the Wall Street Journal. Elon Musk-led group makes $97.4 billion bid for control of OpenAI. Don't forget, he started this company, right, with Sam Altman. It was supposed to have just sort of a nonprofit mode to it, and Altman has taken it for profit. A lot of people have criticized Altman not moving quickly enough, especially against the competition, which would be China. Sam Altman is responding to Elon's offer here on X, writing, "No thank you, but we will buy Twitter," using the name Twitter instead of X, "for $9.74 billion if you want." So that was kind of a jab. You know, he is offering, again, $97.4 billion. Sam Altman's like, okay, you know what? We'll do it for $9.74 billion. We'll get that company that you bought, Twitter, now known as X. Don't forget, they co-founded OpenAI in 2015. It was seen as a charitable project. And in 2019, Musk left the company. Altman became the chief executive. OpenAI went on to create this for-profit subsidiary that served as a vehicle, per the Wall Street Journal here, for it to raise money from Microsoft as well as other investors. And so there's this race, right? Like AI is like moving, and it's amazing how much they're doing. And I'm just blown away by it in any way that I've interacted with it. I continue to be impressed and a little bit scared, right? So we're all kind of scared. Like, is AI going to replace everyone and everything? Perhaps it's one of the reasons why I guess I want to be invested in. I want the US to get there first. And it's hard when China is out there, you know, knocking on our heels. Here is the CTO, the Chief Technology Officer of Planeteer, talking about how this really is an arms race, if you will.
I think one of the obvious lessons of DeepSeek R1 is something that we've been saying for the last 2 years, which is that the models are commoditizing. Yes, they're getting better across both closed and open, but they're also getting more similar, and the price of inference is dropping like a rock. But I think the real lesson, the more profound one, is that we are at war with China. We are in an AI arms race. And I got into a disagreement with Sam Altman about this at the Senate AI Summit over a year ago, where I was arguing that we are in an AI arms race, and there's an opposing view that we can all get along and we can cooperate on these things. And I'm sure the other side feels quite different, realizing that their IP has been stolen in this process here. But this war started long ago. It was an economic war with the ascension of China to the World Trade Organization, the greatest IP theft in history, the greatest wealth transfer in history. It is an opium war. The #1 cause of deaths of 18 to 45-year-olds in this country is fentanyl. That is coming from China. It is a diplomatic war. The Belt and Road Initiative is basically indentured servitude for other countries to the CCP here. And the unprecedented phase 0 gray zone operations of the CCP, how many times are we going to believe that anchors are dragged across the sea that cut undersea cables here? But I think one of the things, you know, China knows they're at war. The question is, we kind of equivocate on it as a peace-loving nation. But one of the things I want to make sure we all do realize is that the engineering in R1 is exquisite. The optimizations that they've done are really impressive. And I don't think you can get away with the facile explanation that the Chinese just copy and we're the only innovators. We have to wake up with the respect for our adversary and realize that we are competing. But they absolutely did steal a lot of that through distillation of the models, and perhaps they stole even more. And then you can look at the GPU sales growth in Singapore. It's a tiny island nation. I'm pretty sure there's some sanctioned invasion going on there. And we have to realize that the AI race is winner take all, and it's going to be a whole of nation effort that extends well beyond the DoD in order for us as a nation to win. And that M-Day was yesterday. The time to mobilize has come.
So that was kind of an interesting viewpoint, right? Like, it is time to mobilize. And we see the government putting $500 billion into this, China coming out with its DeepSeek thing, and everybody's like, okay, is that really scary? Our conclusion over at 76 Research anyway, again, shout out for the model portfolios, is that no, it's actually not as scary as some people think. And if you look at where, for example, NVIDIA is trading right now, it's almost back to where it was. So the market overreacted in that case. We do have a big piece if you want to go over and use code word dollars so you get the 76 report, because we wrote extensively about this and do have quite a view. But, you know, look, this is happening and it's scary. But again, like, I go back to, I like the idea of Elon there. I like the idea of Elon there at Doge. I like the idea of Elon there leading the charge in AI. I have some concerns, shall we say, about Sam and some of the stuff.